Hello, this is Steve with the Free Bullion Investment Guide. Today is February 23rd, and I am doing a review and outlook for the price of gold. This is gold's 4-hour chart. In review of the last video, I have been showing you this rising expanding wedge, this very large rising expanding wedge in the price of gold for probably 2 months now. It is a negative pattern, and the price of gold is expected to fall below it sometime in the future. When that happens, I don't know. Anybody knows. Nobody knows. Excuse me. Anybody can guess. Nobody knows. We'll see what happens. I also, in review of the last video, I had shown you this falling expanding wedge, which the price of gold clearly broke, and to the upside early in the week. It also clearly moved up all the way to the 1345 level, if I can pull that out. There we go. Excuse me. So the price of gold rose up to the 1345 level, and then it fell back down to the 1320 level, settling at the 1327 level. Now, I had basically said last week that the price of gold was going to move sideways during the week, which if you draw a line from Monday to Friday, you basically get a sideways movement with an upward slant. But as you can clearly see, the price of gold shot up and then fell. One thing I did want to tell you that I'm going to try to get away from, something I learned my lesson in writing blog posts on technical analysis several years ago, that I've been doing for the last several weeks, is basically hypothesizing on how the price of gold is going to move during the week. I said sideways. It didn't move sideways. It moved up, shot up in price, and then it moved down in price. So I'm going to get away from the speculating, the fortune telling of which way gold's going to move, and stick with what the price charts are saying, what the patterns in the price charts depict on which way it's going to move, and then in review, I will tell you the reasons why I see in the market that helped gold or whatever asset moved for whatever reason in the way that it did. So the reason why gold moved up higher was because of the unknowns in the trade war. We didn't hear any real news until Wednesday about the trade war, and this was Wednesday's move here, and it just moved sideways. And then we had news come out that Trump was going to meet with the vice president of China. It doesn't say it in the title there, but it says it right here. That Liu He is the vice president of China there, and he met with him on Friday, and it sounds like it went pretty good, because now Trump is expected to meet with Xi sometime in March to finalize the deal. So things as far as the trade war sounds like they're going pretty good, which is one reason why the price of gold moved down. Also, profit taking had something to do with that as well. And then also the price of gold moved higher, because really what's helping gold with its movements up is the not only the uncertainties in the market with the trade war, but the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is totally dovish. The minutes came out from their last meeting on the 30th of January, and it backed up what the market had read in the statement, and what basically Jerome Powell said at his press conference, that they're going to be more accommodative, that they're not going to raise rates anytime soon, and that they're just going to really be more cautious before they raise rates anymore. So we'll see what happens with that, but right now that just gives more momentum to gold moving higher, and that's the reason why my outlook for gold is for it to basically to continue higher. We won't hear anything with the trade war concrete until after Trump and the president of China meet sometime in March. This article doesn't say when, it just says that they're going to meet, so we won't know what happens until that date. And I have little doubt that the price of gold will probably start to move sideways, or as the date for that meeting comes closer. But we'll have to see what comes out of that. But right now, the Fed is supporting the price of gold, and that's really its biggest cheerleader right now. So we'll see what happens with the price of gold next week. This is a positive pattern. It is extremely broad, but it's the only pattern that I can find in the price of gold right now. So besides the rising expanding wedge, so we should see some negative and some positive out of the price of gold. And real quick with the support and resistance levels, we have 1345 still as a resistance level. Above 1345, we have 1360. So once it breaks 1345, 1360 stands at a very long-term resistance level. And we also have the 1325 resistance level, which I'm actually going to remove. I'll remove it in this video here. And 1305 stands at the new support level for gold. We'll have to see how the price of gold moves. Mostly, we're looking at around the 1320 level being a support level. So I'll see how it moves this week, and depending on that, we'll see how where I put the new support level for gold. So until that time, until next weekend, I thank you for yours. Take care, and God bless.